Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So today I wanted to bring you guys some experimentation. So this deck, I don't think I ever seen anybody play this deck, but you guys might have seen this when I recommended it on my patch breakdown back last Tuesday. So this is going to be a mono Illaoi Shurima deck. So this is playing Illaoi with Shurima and only playing her because one of the combos here is that we can use Hothead, right? And you guys didn't know, Rite of Calling will always draw the champion that's closest to the top of your deck. So technically, if you Hothead and you attack with Hothead and then you do Rite of Calling, it will always draw the Illaoi that got buffed up by Hothead, right? So that's part of the combo here. Obviously, Shurima provides us a lot of different tools, as we saw with Viego Shurima, that allows us to actually try to go all in on Illaoi. So this deck is trying to go all in on Illaoi. So we have stuff like Chamber of Renewal. We only play one of, but you know what it is. It gives us spell shield on the Illaoi. We can play Hourglass, can save the Illaoi against a Vengeance. Obviously, we have access to Rite of Negation. So that's kind of what we're getting for the Shurima package. We get Hourglass, the Chamber, the Rite of Negation to be able to actually save our Illaoi. We have Rite of Calling to be able to actually get her into our hand. We have Hothead to buff her up. We even have Chronomancer to try to predict into one of our key cards. And then we even have stuff like Desert Duel, which in combination with Tentacle Smash can allow us to kind of turbo level Illaoi, because we're able to get a strike off with the Tentacle or even with Illaoi when Illaoi is like already buffed up with like with your attack to actually be able to kill the opponent. And then obviously we have stuff like Quicksand that gives us some protection. And the rest of the deck is kind of going to be more of the Illaoi package. So you're playing full on Watchful Idol, full on Seize Boys, Illaoi, Tentacle Smash, Lookout, and Nakaboros. All these cards are just full Illaoi package to just go in on Illaoi, be able to buff her up, be able to level her up, be able to give your Tentacles overwhelmed with the Seize Boys, and just be able to just put a lot of pressure there with the opponent. While also having the strikes from Tentacle Smash, and like we talked about Desert Duel to level up. And then we also have Merciless Hunter and Treasure Seeker as kind of like some additional blockers or tools from Shurima that we can use. The deck is really fun. Honestly, I think I struggle most with this deck because Spell Shield is not enough, right? Like sometimes you think you have Spell Shield, but it's still really easy for the opponent to be able to remove Illaoi. Because the opponent could do like Bile Feast to remove the Spell Shield and then Vengeance to kill the Illaoi, or Illaoi still needs to attack, which means that she's vulnerable to Disintegrate when you're going against Naxos, and it sucks having to commit like a Disintegrate, a Negation just to stop a Disintegrate. So that's the problems with the deck. Again, this is just full-on experimentation. You all can try it out and let me know how it goes. But I kind of like this version of trying to go all in with Illaoi and trying to have all the stuff to protect her and kind of get some value from the fact that Hothead got buffed up and that he can combine with Rite of Calling to actually draw the Illaoi that got buffed up with Hothead. Unfortunately, I haven't lived the Hothead dream yet. I think at most I usually get like one buff from the Illaoi. Hothead hasn't been able to attack multiple times to be able to get me like an Illaoi that becomes a 3/8. But, you know, in theory, it is there. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon. And as always, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego. Shurima Viego, Illaoi Shurima. Interesting hand here too. Rite of Negation and Hourglass are both really good. Merciless Hunter maybe not as good. So maybe we try to get Illaoi support cards. Hothead works for whatever. If we get a Rite of Calling or a second Illaoi, it could work there. I actually think this game we don't need to summon units. We can just pass and just save our mana for our spells, which are going to be more crucial. That's a good draw. That's a very good draw. Because I was kind of concerned that I didn't get a lot of value, right? From, like, I didn't have a lot of tentacle value. So that was a little bit concerning. We can attack here. Opponent will have to either block with the soldier, or I guess I could block with this one. Okay, so they sacrifice their soldier right now. People are actually really scared of Hothead, right? So people actually are really scared of Hothead, which is actually freaking hilarious to me to think about that, right? Like, freaking scared of a Hothead. Okay, so he'll be able to kill this, which is gonna stop us from getting a tentacle here. He gets this for free. He will be able to kill our second tentacle next turn. Do we Do we actually open? What if we just do this? That way the tentacle doesn't actually die to the Merciless Hunter. If the opponent has Viego, the Viego will not be able to kill the Illaoi. If the opponent has Vengeance, we have Hourglass for it, which kind of sucks a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So this is going to put this as 6 attack, which can kill the Viego. This is going to obviously be able to survive against the Hunter, unless the opponent also has Battle Feast on top of it. I like this. I like this play. I like this play. It puts this out of range of just dying to the Merciless Hunter for free. And it's threatening a lot of damage. Opponent will have to have Vengeance here. And that taps him out of almost everything. I guess they could technically have, something like Quicksand, but to stop the overwhelm damage, if they summon like another unit, like they could summon like Treasure Seeker and then block the Tentacle. I guess they block the Lookout and block the Illaoi and just do Quicksand on it to stop the overwhelm damage. And there's the Vengeance. And here's the Hourglass. Question is, do we still attack? Do we still attack? I think we do. I think we present the damage, right? If opponent has Battle Feast here, that's my guess. If they don't block here, then that means that we have to worry about Battle Feast here. And now, from now on, what we need to do is not tap out of Rite of Negation mana. So it is important for us to not tap out of Rite of Negation, unless the opponent taps out of, like, a Vengeance, right? Like, if the opponent no longer has Vengeance, then we can tap out of it. Like this, right? So now that the opponent did this, I think I'm okay. Let me think about it. What can the opponent have for 3 mana? Unless they suddenly started playing Desert Duel, then I think it's fine, right? Unless they started playing Desert Duel here in the last, like, couple of days, then it shouldn't be a problem. Tentacle Smash is huge. Tentacle Smash can potentially threaten the Viego. Because we can Tentacle Smash plus Rite of Negation. We have exactly 8 mana. So we open attack here. The Tentacle is going to be at 7. Actually, it's lethal in the open attack, by the way, right? Because 7, 8. Quicksand, right? We have to worry about Quicksand, so we're never blocking. We have to worry about Quicksand, we're never blocking. Because we're not, like... I guess opponent could have Quicksand. I guess that's one way he survives here, right? If he has the Quicksand, he can actually survive here. But this is still a lot of damage, right? And if the opponent does the Quicksand, then we know they won't have value for Tentacle Smash or something like that. They don't even get the value of getting an Encroaching Miss here. None of the... I guess they could block the Illaoi, and it will kill the Illaoi, but this is still lethal. So blocking the Illaoi is still lethal. Quicksand could stop the lethal, but they still lose their Viego. But I guess if they have a second Viego, we lose. Hourglass doesn't save him because the Overwhelm still goes through. We know he has Quicksand. He telegraphed it. Yeah, okay. That's... He drew us... Okay, so we knew he had Quicksand, which is kind of annoying there. I think we just go for the Viego kill, right? We Tentacle Smash the Viego. Have Rite of Negation to back it up. Or we could just pass if the opponent does nothing here. Because the opponent could have Rite of Negation plus Hourglass. And that would be a way to punish the Tentacle play. Because we wouldn't be able to beat both Hourglass and Rite of Negation. Opponent goes for the Chronomancer. What if we don't even bother though with that Viego? What if actually going after that Viego is a mistake? Because like... we have Overwhelm. And that Viego only has 1 HP. Maybe going for that Viego is actually a mistake. Maybe we save this. Honestly, we save this to kill the Hadrobyne. We can save this to kill the Hadrobyne. Right? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. Because he can kill this here, right? Which will keep, we should stop the Overwhelm from ever happening here. So we come... He still has Hourglass, so we never go after the Viego, right? We never go after the Viego because... Oh, well, never mind. We got rewarded. So we never go after the Viego because of the Hourglass. Opponent will have to have a second Quicksand to stop the Overwhelm next turn. Which is very likely that it could be on second Quicksand. Because I'm pretty sure the Quicksand that they just used on my other unit came from the left side. So, get some value here. We go here. And we still have enough mana for both Tentacle Smash plus... Rite of Negation. So we still have enough mana here for Tentacle Smash plus Rite of Negation. That's the Hydrobind. That's the Tentacle Smash. Because the Hydrobind is giving him an additional blocker, which we don't want to deal with. We Rite of Negation to stop this. And now opponent will need to have Vengeance or Quicksand, right? And even with the Vengeance or the Quicksand, it might not be enough because we have a full board of attackers. So opponent almost levels up Viego as well. So if we're not able to kill the Viego right now, if we're not able to present lethal right now, the opponent just wins. 3-3. Vengeance here or Quicksand. It has to be Vengeance or Quicksand here. Okay, we got it. We got it. We obviously also do a second Tentacle Smash, which could present a lot of damage. Oh man, that was close. That was close. I think I'm glad that I didn't. So opponent had the Hourglass, so we did the read on the Hourglass, which is why it was crucial that we didn't do the Tentacle Smash and try to kill the Viego like 2 turns ago. You always have to be for the Hydrobind because the Hydrobind gives him the blockers, and there you go. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Thresh Aurelion Sol. I think we're in trouble, right? Opponent has a lot of control tools. Huh. This is not a bad hand, though. Maybe we get an Hourglass. Hourglass will be very good here. Rite of Negation is also really good, right? Because now we have a way to protect the Illaoi. We even get the Seized Voice as well. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna play Seized Voice in 3, Illaoi in 4, call it a day. Do we actually play Illaoi in 4, though? Do we actually play Illaoi in 4? I don't know if we do. I don't know if we play Illaoi in 4. I wonder if the opponent attacks right here. Decides not to. Interesting. With 4 mana, what could they have? Why did we do the Hothead? Why did we do the Hothead first? Well, we can. That would be just, we can either block this with the Hothead, or we at least get somebody from Hothead here in the next turn. Opponent could have access to... Opponent easily has access to Vengeance, right? I think if the opponent has the Vengeance, we eat it right now, right? So let's say that the opponent has Vengeance here. Wait, that's okay with me. That's not a Vengeance. We still get the value here. We get Illaoi to be a 9 out of 15 already. I guess you could have Pale Cascade or Biofeast here to kill this Tentacle in response. But we have the Annie Ziggs and other ways to summon Tentacles. And you still take 5 here, right? So here's the... Oh, Undergrowth? Okay, so a little bit worse than Biofeast, actually. And he loses 1 Vengeance, so let's keep track of that. 1 Vengeance is gone. Guiding Touch is whatever. We get the second Illaoi, but unfortunately, Hothead couldn't attack last turn. We always keep mana for Rite of Negation, so we can actually do the Seized Voice here. And go like this. If opponent goes for Thresh, he will actually get punished by the allied Tentacle Smash. Because he's gonna kill the Seized Voice. And then we're gonna Tentacle Smash to kill the Thresh, right? I guess he could have like Pale Cascade here. Or have a Guiding Touch to save this. Doesn't have it. So Illaoi is gonna be actually I guess we have the Anakaboros, but I don't think we always do the I don't think we ever do the Anakaboros, right? I think we always have to save mana for Rite of Negation. So I think we just open attack. And even though Illaoi is technically not gonna level up, I think it's okay. Because if the opponent has their Vengeance, we're in trouble, right? But I guess we should force the Vengeance out of him, right? I guess we always force the Vengeance out of him. Hey, I think we always force the Vengeance out of him. If the opponent... We saw him discard Vengeance already earlier, right? And opponent also didn't do Vengeance on our last attack when he had the mana for it. So I'm guessing that the opponent doesn't have Vengeance. So I'm going to go like this and force the opponent to have to do something in response. Because otherwise Illaoi levels up. And then we have Rite of Negation mana for next turn after that. Yeah, because on turn, what was it, turn 4, when we summoned the Illaoi, opponent opted for Sunhawk instead of doing Vengeance on the Illaoi right away. which will have allowed him to block the tentacle with the mountain goat. So I'm gonna put the opponent on not having vengeance, and we saw him discard one with the undergrowth. So I think we're in a decent spot here. We also have a second Annie board. Oh yeah, there we go. So we get the level up Illaoi, right? And if we top like our next Illaoi potentially, if we top like another Illaoi, it's gonna be a +1/+1 plus a random keyword from the Hothead. So all of a sudden, these Illaois are gonna get pretty crazy. Opponent gets the second Thresh, which is a little bit unfortunate. Does he actually attack the tentacle here? Oh, he goes for the Hothead. So he goes for the Hothead, which means that now he loses because I'm gonna have overwhelm on the tentacle next turn. Yeah, it's kind of tough, right? Because he needs to kill the tentacle so that he doesn't die to the Illaoi. If he goes like this, I'm completely okay with this. We go Seize Voice, and we have access to Rite of Negation. And our tentacle is going to have Overwhelm next turn. The Seize Voice still leaves me mana to do Annie Ziggs this time. Sunburst. Yeah, I think we always Rite of Negation. Opponent just showed us that he doesn't have access to... the opponent showed us last time that they have access to Vengeance. Obviously, this does mean that this is going to die to a Battle Feast, unfortunately. If the opponent has it. So this is going to die to a Battle Feast, which is probably why the opponent didn't actually pull the Tentacle. Okay, just looking for blockers. Battle Feast here, please. Okay, so this is just game, right? So this is just game because we just do like this. This is going to have Overwhelm here. We go here, 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 and this should be game. Boom, 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 boom. 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 So, what does he have here? Ruination is low. Okay, so he's going to have the Vengeance finally. He finally got the Vengeance on the Illaoi. Has the Hush here to stop the Overwhelm damage. Kills the Tentacle, tops it the Vengeance. And okay, all right. So we get punished by the top deck Vengeance. But we always were losing the Illaoi anyways. And he also kills our big Tentacle. So we are actually in a lot of trouble now. We can Desert Duel the Thresh. So that Thresh... Wait, sorry. We can Desert Duel the Thresh so that Thresh doesn't level up. Because Thresh is at 3 out of 6. This will stop a Thresh level up in case. We can Chronomancer to try to draw Illaoi again. We can do the Buru Lookout. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. I think we go for the Chronomancer, right? And if we draw Illaoi, if we predict into the Illaoi, we can do the Chamber of Removal. That is not an Illaoi, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we skip. I think we skip. And I think we go for... I like the Lookout. I like the Lookout here. We can pull the lifesteal away with Merciless Hunter. So I'm not too concerned about the lifesteal. Unless he goes for it right now, then we can just block with the Hothead, I think. Okay, yeah, so he just wants to make sure that he survives. So he wants to make sure that he survives, which is completely fair. No Illaoi is kind of unfortunate here. We get the Ancient Hourglass, even though we literally didn't want it earlier. We can go here. This will pull the Fearsome Blocker away. We can go a second Hothead. Opponent gets value here. I think we cannot play around. If he has a second Golden Sisters, we cannot play around it. I think we just go Hothead. Right? I just gotta hope that he's like the Fallen Comet. Written in the Stars is not enough because he can't summon either one of his units. So this should be lethal then, right? Well, I guess not lethal just yet. Not lethal just yet, but he's gonna be very close. It's gonna be very close to lethal. Because if we go like this, opponent has no good blockers here. But then we get hit by the Elusive next turn. And opponent potentially has Azul. Which I think I'm okay with this attack. Opponent lives at 4. Undergrowth. I think I actually don't want him to get the heal. So I think I'm actually going to go like this. Opponent only has Thresh or Aesol next turn. We take 4 from the Merciless from the Silver Sisters. We're able to do another lookout on the Tentacle. If we ever top deck Illaoi, it's going to be kind of buffed up by the Hothead. Rite of Negation is huge, right? Rite of Negation means that we should be able to survive, because if opponent summons Aesol here, it's not going to be enough. He needs to get the second Golden Sisters. Needs to be a second Golden Sisters here for him to be okay. We go like this. Oh, doesn't get it. And then next one we have Rite of Negation to stop anything that the opponent might have. This thing still has the vulnerable, so we can just pull it away with our weakest unit and call it a day. So that means that the opponent did draw the Aesol. We even get Tentacle Smash on top of it. So our weakest unit here is going to be this guy. So we can go like this. Have with everything else. Opponent always blocks the Tentacle here. Maybe he base himself into a well that then gets punished by a Rite of Negation. He's going to have one more spells, right? A Battle Feast. Lives out. I think we go for it. Threaten one more card. Opponent has Aesol in their hand and has another Celestial, right? So we know he has 2 Celestials in his hand. Well, now we know he also has the Star Shaping, which is kind of unfortunate. So he still survives, but still survives at 1 and doesn't get the blocker. So he has 3 Celestials in his hand. The Tentacle Smash can kill almost anything except the Elusive. If the opponent gets the Elusive, he will have access to double Star Shaping. So his full hand is Celestials plus Aesol. If he gets the Elusive, he wins the game, right? We don't have a way to stop it because we don't have Quicksand. We don't have a way to stop it because we don't get Quicksand, right? I love it. He's still able to play the Elusive here. Quicksand is going to be critical. Because Quicksand is what's going to save us against almost everything that the opponent has. The fact that he went for this tells me that he didn't get the Serpent. We cannot Tentacle Smash that Serpent because we need the Tentacle Smash for the 9 cost Elusive. There we go. Reduce that by 1. So that's probably going to cost 8. Immortal Fire. Wow. So Immortal Fire is better for us, right? Because we can quick send the Immortal Fire away. But then we'll always be able to kill one of these units. Then we go like this. So I like doing like this. Because it gives me a good unit that we can quick send. We actually do not lose that unit here. He gets the Moonglow as well. So, Moonglow is fine, right? Because we can always use Tentacle Smash here to remove it. And we quicksand, save our units because we sacrifice. We can reduce this by 1, right? So we remove the Spell Shield here. We can block the Immortal Fire with the Sandstone Charger while keeping both of our units alive. And now we attack next turn. Opponent doesn't lose the Immortal Fire though, so if the opponent has any more value here, now we know he still has Aesol and two more Celestials in his hand, right? I think we always have to open attack because of the Ruination Fear. No way, he top decked the well. What a game! What a game! There's a second quicksand that we could technically get that could save us here. He actually top decked the well. Even if we play Hothead, we never beat the well there. Right? So it doesn't matter.
I see the heavens aflame.
Wow. He top decked the well. Wow. I mean, GG's, right? GG's. GG's. What? Unbelievable. He also got greedy there. Unbelievable top deck. I guess we had to not do the Rite Negation on the Battle Feast on that turn last time, but I think it was okay to present the lethal. Double star shit. Everything had to go right for them to win that game. Everything had to go right for them to win that game. So GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Twisted Fate, Annie Misfortune. Now this deck list is the it's kind of weird because it's like you might think it's like pirate aggro, but it's actually not. Like he's actually doing a lot of damage. Now, I like this whole hand to be honest. I know we're not getting our Illaoi, but this gives me an early blocker, and this gives me a unit that's gonna give me. Okay, well this is better now. This is better now. We get the tentacle summon right away. The Rite of Negation is gonna be really good for later on, which is the very important part. Do we just commit on going all in with the tentacles at this point? I think we do. I think I like the idea of Treasure Seeker into Watchful Idol here, and just call it a day. Kind of sucks that we're gonna take this damage though. I don't think we block. I don't think we block because opponent always gonna be tempted to block the tentacle instead of blocking the Treasure Seeker, right? So opponent will always want to block the tentacle instead of blocking the Treasure Seeker. Now, opponent could technically have access to like, yeah, the stun right here. There we go. Alright, well, I feel like we still attack, right? I think we always still attack, having trade. And that's okay with me. Yeah, you can flock it all you want. Because we're still going to have 2 tentacles coming up. The only problem is that the opponent's going to get another nice attack right here. Just because these tentacles are only going to be at 2. Oh, well. Having Illaoi in the field is going to be very good for us. Oh. Wow. Huh. Huh. If we do this, the opponent can never attack, right? But if we do the Illaoi, we start working on the Illaoi level up. Because we'll be able to get the Anakaboros down that turn. So that's going to become 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 7. It's not enough for the insta Illaoi level up, unfortunately. So I think it's going to be just the Walking Sands. Because this is going to go up to 3. This puts it to 4. This puts it to 6. Right? It's not enough to get us there. We could do the Illaoi right now and start working on the level up on her. Unfortunately, we don't have access to Rite of Negation, which is going to be a big deal. So maybe we actually pass here. Maybe we actually pass if the opponent doesn't do anything so that we have Rite of Negation to save our Illaoi. Because we also need to play around Disintegrate. Right? Ha, now that the opponent did this though. Now that the opponent did this, it kind of makes me want to just attack. And I think we quicksand. I think we commit the quicksand here just so that we don't take any damage. Right? Yeah. So we commit the quicksand here just so that we don't take any damage from the Illaoi and we can play around a Scorched Earth or a Flock. He's gonna just level up Twisted Fate. Okay, so that's gonna be 7. Opponent needs to hope that I enjoy the Tentacle Smash. Sorry, that's gonna be 4. Opponent needs to hope I enjoy the Tentacle Smash. We have Rite of Negation here, so we're not scared of ever dying. Okay. Oh, if he's gonna attack with Twisted Fate, I'm always just blocking like this. I'm always just blocking like this. I think opponent does. I mean, if I have Illaoi on the field, I think I just win the game. If I level up Illaoi, I think I just win the game. Oh, we could have also blocked Misfortune, by the way. He doesn't hit it. Yeah, doesn't hit it. Wasn't gonna matter to us because we had the Anakaboros and we had the Rite of Negation. I do want to play around like a potential Flock or something like that. We should have blocked the Misfortune. We lost 1 point of damage here. So he's gonna have to, I'm gonna pass because I need him to commit the spell, right? I want him to commit the extra spell here, and he has it. And now we go like this, and we call it a day. So we wait for him to commit the second spell. That way the opponent ends up using the full 2 resources, and we're good to go. Now here, we can go ahead and do it like this. Or do we want to draw? You know what? Let's draw.
So much to offer.
Perfect. We get the Ancient Hourglass, so we're able to save the Illaoi in case of everything. Opponent just committed the Disintegrate. We're able to push at lethal damage here. Opponent's going to actually sacrifice their Misfortune, which is okay. If Illaoi levels up right here, the Ancient Hourglass is going to be crucial from then on. Perfect. And now this is where the protection comes into play, right? Unfortunately, we had to spend the Rite of Negation last turn, which means that we don't have a way to stop the Riptide Rats. Aside from just summoning, like, units, right? So I'm fine with the Treasure Seeker here. We have Tentacle Smash now. Illaoi is leveled up, so next turn opponent's going to be in a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, we lose our Tentacle. So, which kind of sucks, right? Because that Tentacle was really big. It was 7 damage. It's the reason that we have the big Overwhelm Illaoi. But we're able to do the Lookout here, which puts us back to 3. Actually puts us to 4 because Illaoi is leveled up. So we get a 4 attack Tentacle. Yeah. We have a 4 attack Tentacle here. Illaoi is going to put it up to 6. And we're going to get Overwhelm damage done. We still have enough mana for Rite of Negation, so opponent needs to worry about it. And we have enough mana for Tentacle Smash or Ancient Hourglass, whichever one we decide that we need. But this should be game, right? Even if the opponent is able to kill Illaoi, we have a pretty big board here. You know, the only downside here is that if I do the Hourglass, he's actually able to... Ah, okay, never mind. Well, this should be game, right? So let's see. This is going to be 8. Let's commit the open attack. Opponent needs to have a way to deal with Illaoi. It has to be a score share, right? By us open attacking, we play around Flock. This is dealing 6 plus the Overwhelm. Yeah, this is not enough. And that's going to be 12. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I like the open attack. He plays around a second Sentry. He also plays around a second Twisted Fate. All of which that red card, that stone card could be really annoying. I'm pretty sure the opponent had the Riptide Rats in their hand, by the way. But obviously they didn't have a way to trigger it, so they ended up not working out. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Annie Ziggs. Now, I think we should be okay in this matchup, right? We even have the Tentacle Smash. We have enough like units to kill. Tentacles Boys might be a little bit awkward, but it could be okay. It could present a lot of Overwhelm damage. Chronomancer is an early blocker. Maybe Quicksand is the awkward one out. Yeah, I think this is the hand, right? Oh wow, yeah, this is the hand, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. What crazy card. Because this is really good to kill the Annie, right? Because it keeps all the health on my unit, even if the opponent has access to like a Fervor. And then also this is gonna give Overwhelm. We're gonna have like a bunch, like a really big Tentacle. The Chronomancer is a good blocker as well early on against these units. So this is looking very good, right? This is looking very, very good. So what to do here? We can Watchful Idol, turn 1. I mean, what am I even thinking about? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Every single time. Unfortunately, we don't have a blocker for the Saboteur, but you know, the only blocker that we have in our deck for the Saboteur is gonna be the one drop, the Treasure Seeker. So I don't think it was, you know, always gonna be a. I don't think it was always gonna be a thing that we ever blocked that. Anyways, I like the Treasure Seeker as an early blocker, but I also like the Merciless Hunter a lot to get rid of like an opponent's threat. So I think I like the Merciless Hunter better to be able to get rid of something like a 6, because we can just tag the 6 and be able to kill it that way. Here we can go like this. Unfortunately, if the opponent open attacks, we're gonna have to probably sacrifice our Tentacle, right? Which I think is actually correct every time. Yeah, I think we always sacrifice our Tentacle. I think I'm willing to take the 2 from Annie, because we know we can kill her with the Tentacle Smash, right? For free. So the Annie's not a problem. So we can block the Saboteur with the 2/3 and block the Rearguard with the 2/2. Take the 2 from Annie, call it a day. Opponent goes for the Merciless Hunter, trying to get value here because he doesn't want us to block. It said that now we can do the Seize Boys, and still have a good blocker for Annie. So this might dissuade the opponent from attacking with Annie. It actually was probably better to do the Hothead, by the way, because we probably wanted to be able to block this with the Hothead, right? Because we got blocked the Merciless Hunter with the Hothead. Now we sacrifice the Seized Boys, which was one of our key ways to win this game quicker rather than later. So that's a slight misplay on my part. It had to be the Hothead. It lets us do the same thing that the Seized Boys is doing right now without us losing the Seized Boys. Come on, come on. I know you want to do it. Maybe he's really thinking of not attacking with Annie. And if he doesn't attack with Annie, it's fine, because we're always blocking the Saboteur and the Merciless Hunter, right? We're always taking these two from Annie. So we save ourselves 2 damage? Wow. Actually, we saved ourselves not just 2 damage, we saved ourselves 5 damage there, because the opponent overthought it. And you know what I'm going to do now? I'm not even going to do the Tentacle Smash. Now I just do the Merciless Hunter. Now I just do the Merciless Hunter, which I'm actually going to do in the Saboteur. Because again, we can always kill the Annie with the Tentacle Smash anytime that we want, right? So we can just go like this. Prevent the 1 damage from the Saboteur, which we cannot do anything about. We have blockers for the Rakai Reaper. We have a way to kill Annie on the attack on our if the opponent doesn't do anything first, right?
Tombs, towns, and everything in between.
So we go like this. This also gives us a good blocker into the Ruin Runner. Opponent could have Fervor, I guess. That could punish this play, because he could Fervor to kill this guy. But then that's one less favor that's going to face, right? He could Fervor to go face. That will buff up the Rakai Reaper. We're kind of out of resources now, though, right? We clear his whole board, but we're kind of out of resources. But I feel like every one of our draws is going to be a little bit more impactful than the opponent's draw. So the other option, well, no, because Annie does 2, right? Yeah. Oh, so he's actually going to go here. What if we Ancient Hourglass this? Because this is putting this to 3. So I think we actually Ancient Hourglass this, so that we have this as a blocker for next turn. So that way we don't lose our blocker. We can still do what we talked about. Actually, do we just take the 6 and block the Rakai Reaper? So if we block here, we go to 11. If we block here, we go to 12. But we get rid of the over one, which is going to continue to put damage next turn. So I think it's actually like this. This blocks the most damage. We lose a unit and the Rakai stays alive. But the Rakai is not a problem, because we have like Hothead and we have the Merciless Hunter here, right? We have plenty of blockers that we don't care about it. Let's do Hothead. And then try to predict into, I guess, Illaoi. We can do the only problem here is that we don't really have a lot of pressure, right? I'm willing to attack here. If you want to lose your Rakai Reaper, be my guest. This is pushing 6. We have Rite of Negation for a Decimate later in the game. The scariest card that he has at this moment is the Ruin Runner, right? Especially since he's blocking like this, it's like he's trying to get rid of all the units that have high health, right? So maybe we still do the Chronomancer, even if it's technically anti-synergy, right? Because we could have Chronomancer first. We could have Chronomancer first, predicted an Illaoi on top of our deck, like this, and actually got in here. Got in that Illaoi buffed up. Now, I think we always go for the Buru, because it gives us 2 units, right? The only problem with the Lookout is that we tap out of Rite of Negation. Ruin Runner will do 4 damage here. Actually, I guess we always do the Lookout if it goes Ruin Runner, right? Did we pass? This by itself is not a threat, so I'm not too concerned about the rear guard. Sorry, Decimate. I don't think we negate this one. I think this is what we do the Lookout now, and just have all these units on the field. Because I mean, I'm okay going to 6 because we had the Rite of Negation for the second Decimate. The opponent has it. Opponent just stepped out of Ruin Runner, so I don't have to worry about the Ruin Runner that much either. Right? We just block with the Chronomancer, call it a day. opponent could have another of the bonus path if we block with the Chronomancer here. Opponent needs to. I mean, this is only 11, right? It was in the opponent's best interest to actually attack with the rear guard, because now we have lethal here. So now this is lethal and the opponent is never able to kill us because we have Rite of Negation. If the opponent attacked with the rear guard last turn, we would have always blocked the Chronomancer, sorry, and call it a day, right? I think I'd always go like this. Force the opponent to have a second fervor. I guess the opponent didn't want to attack because they wanted to have a target for the fervor, right? But I don't think it was always going to work for them that way. Or maybe they wanted to do it so they could prevent the lethal. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Galio Bard. So his units are going to be very big. And obviously the big thing here is going to be the Broadwind. Now, fortunately for us, I actually like keeping Illaoi and Rite of Calling in my hand. This is going to give me access to a Tentacle Smash, which might actually be pretty big. So, I'm going to do Watchful Idol, right? Second Watchful Idol, Treasure Seeker, Illaoi plus Rite of Calling. I would like to do the Rite of Calling on the Treasure Seeker if I can, right? Yeah, I guess we're going to have to sacrifice the Treasure Seeker. So we're always going to have to sacrifice the Treasure Seeker here because we don't want to take this 3 damage unnecessarily. We got a big tentacle on the field now. It's going to be a 3 attack, which means that we could have actually killed that tentacle before it got bigger. That could have been an option. That actually could have 100% been an option. But, I mean, we get rewarded, right? We get the Seized Boys here. We go here. Wow. Wait, wow. Wow, so he's gonna just kill the Seized Boys here, right? Which makes sense. In which case, do we ever Rite of Calling? If your opponent, I think we go like this. This is always gonna die for free. This is always gonna die for free. So we go like this, and then we Illaoi next turn. Or we can Illaoi this turn. If the opponent goes like this... Okay, well, if it goes like this is completely fine. Like, you know I have Illaoi in my hand. You know I have Illaoi in my hand, and you still went for that attack. I disagree with that. Right? His only out here is going to be Sharp Sight. And we got a Quicksand to be able to punish the Sharp Sight. Now Illaoi levels up, and you lose your whole board. Consider Strike is not enough, right? Because we go like this, and we just win the game. And just like that, we win the game. That Quicksand top deck was obviously game winning, right? But at the very least, we could have killed his other unit, his other challenger, with a big tentacle. But I think the opponent is not able to do anything anymore, right? We have the second Illaoi, which gives us access to Tentacle Smash. So if the opponent has another challenger here, we even get another Tentacle Smash on top of it. Opponent needs to summon 1 more unit here before we commit the Tentacle Smash. There it is. We go here. The only downside here is that we do lose the Illaoi, right? But opponent will have to actually sacrifice their Fleet Feather to kill Illaoi. And then we summon second Illaoi and we win the game. So this kills that. Opponent kills this Illaoi here. He thinks it's going to be okay because he's going to have access to a blocker. We summon second Illaoi, and then the Illaoi becomes like a 16, sorry. 16, right? 16 attack unit. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Deep. Okay, so I mean, they have Vengeance, right? So that would be the best way to deal with Illaoi. But everything else seems pretty bad for them to deal with it, right? I'm actually going to keep the second Illaoi because I love having access to Tentacle Smash, right? I think Illaoi's spell is so good. I think Illaoi has one of the best champion spells in the whole game. And just because of that, she will always find maybe like a deck out there that could potentially do something, like kind of be like tier 2 or tier 3 at least. because he's just so good. Tentacle Smash is really, really good. He gets the Undergrowth here. He discards another Undergrowth though, so that's not bad for us. We can do Illaoi here. The Tentacle's at 2, which is not amazing, but it's not bad either. Force the opponent to have Vengeance here, right? So let's see. If he has the Vengeance, he has the Vengeance. We bait it out right now. Otherwise, he's not able to actually stop the Illaoi. Okay. I guess he could have Undergrowth here to kill the Illaoi, right? That would be my guess. So he could have the second Undergrowth, but he discarded a second one with the first one. So this is just to kill our Tentacle. But again, because we have Tentacle Smash and Anakaboros and even the Burrow Lookout, he ends up just being pretty crazy value here. Because almost anything that the opponent does here is gonna die to Tentacle Smash, except for I guess Maokai doesn't die to Tentacle Smash, so I guess not everything. Oh wow. So I'm gonna start with Watchful Idol. Because he's already threatening another Tentacle, right? Opponent goes here. He's gonna try to kill the Watchful Idol, so we have to always Tentacle Smash, even if we lose the Tentacle. This puts Illaoi at 10, right? And now we actually have enough mana to actually be doing the Seize Voice as well, which gives us another Tentacle on top of it. So Illaoi is gonna level up this turn, or next turn, I guess. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. We have 3, 5. This is gonna be pretty nasty here. So we go here. Now, it's crucial that you always put Illaoi last so that she actually triggers after this triggers, right? So this is going to level up Illaoi. It's pushing not lethal, but it's going to be very close to lethal. Opponent going to have the Undergrowth. That's his third Undergrowth and his last one. I guess we could push lethal with Anakaboros, to be honest. And there's a consideration that that's always correct. But I also like the idea of having Tentacle Smash as a backup. Like I don't think the Anakaboros is correct just yet. Because here we always kill this Maokai. So we can always kill this Maokai now, and that's game. There we go. The Tentacle Smash is just so good in this deck, especially as they allow it spell. So yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. I had a lot of fun. Again, pure experimentation. The deck is a little bit janky, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a lot of fun when it works. Illaoi is one of the funnest champions when she can actually work, because you can just do so much damage with her Overwhelm, and she just becomes so big so quickly. You can kind of see there that sometimes we just win games very quickly on the spot with a well-timed Tentacle Smash, with a well-timed Illaoi on the field. You just win, overrun the opponent. But there's other times where the game just takes a little bit too long, and I feel like we lose a little bit of resource. I wonder, like, we have Rite of Calling, we have triple Anakaboros. I feel like I was struggling a lot with like not drawing my cards or running out of resources. So maybe one thing that we could do in this deck is maybe Golden Ambassador. No, that's Allegiance. I always forgot. Golden Ambassador is Allegiance. Sorry. Perseverance. Maybe Perseverance could be a good consideration here. Because you can actually just, you know, get some draw. Fortune Croak would be a good one too, because you can just put it on your Tentacles. But then that kind of opens you up for Flock and for your Tentacles to potentially die. But I think we need more draw in this deck. That's one thing I kind of noticed as I was playing it. So maybe that's a consideration. But, I mean, it is what it is. In terms of Mulligan, I think really Watchful Idol is really good to keep, right? So Watchful Idol is a really good keep. Hothead is a really good keep, so you can start buffing up your Illaois really early on. I will keep Illaoi in my hand. I know we play triple Rite of Calling, and I know we play Hothead and you know, to buff the Illaois that are in our deck. But I still think it's important to keep an Illaoi in your hand because of how crucial she is to your game plan. Because the earlier you can drop her down, the quicker she can start leveling up. Because her ability requires for her to actually see the tentacles or herself attacking. So I will say Watchful Idol, Chronomancer, Hothead, Illaoi are my main keeps to go with. Tentacle Smash as well, if I know that there's a key unit from the opponent that I wanna kill. That's kind of like the hand that I will go for. Rite of Calling is a little bit awkward early on, so I probably wouldn't keep it. And kind of just go from there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the deck. Again, let me know what you think of it when you try it out, and if there's any improvement that you think that you can make. I'm not the greatest deck builder, so you know I'm just trying out here. As always, if you like the content, please sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post our videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch Sirturmund. We stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this deck, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Happy 4th of July to all my American friends.